What's going on, my model building friends? I am so happy to be back. So much had gone on in my life before that just made it to where I needed to step away and just kind of regroup my life and focus on making things positive and making myself happy again. Throughout this time, I have been very successful at doing so, and as a matter of fact, I have learned a very important thing. By keeping positive people in your life, by keeping positivity in general in your life, and getting rid of the negativity in your life, that opportunities come to you, they open up, and they show themselves to you, and you're able to take advantage of that and really make yourself grow as a person. And so that's exactly what I've done. Now I am actually doing my dream. I am self-employed. I have my model building business I'm doing full-time now with Interactive Modelworks. You might remember me from before with the prior business with William Mann, where it was called Interactive Lighting and Modelworks. But things just didn't work out between us. We had our big differences. We have since settled those differences and are actually really good friends again, and we still work together on many projects, which is really awesome. And he's a fantastic guy. I love him to death. He's a very good friend to me, and he's been supportive of me from the very beginning before basically anybody knew about me. Same goes for you, Dylan. Dylan Downey over there in Denison, Texas. Awesome dude. He's a voluntary firefighter, and he has a heart of steel. I'll tell you, this guy is an amazing person to know as well, and he has also been there from the very beginning for me as well. Thick and through thin, has always had 100% faith in me that this day would come and actually happen. And he's very excited for me as well for what's to come with Interactive Modelworks. But anyways, I'm kind of starting to ramble on, and I wanted to kind of show you around the new place and show you the brand new shop that I have recently completed putting together for the business since I have recently become self-employed. So something though I wanted to share with everybody that is going to be extremely important and personal build for not only myself but my family as a whole. If you take a look up here, we have this 1/48 scale B24D Liberator, and the model kit itself is actually rather bland. It's pretty much just a shell with a few crude moldings of the interior, no real detail. So I actually purchased every single detail set there is possible for the photo etch for the interior of this plane. So we are talking about, I have a full cockpit detail, I have the front gunner nose interior detail, I have the bomb bay full interior detail, even the rear section of the inside of the plane is going to have detail. So I am going to really be putting my heart and soul into this, because this is actually a memorial build for my great uncle Walter Edward Strong. He was an amazing World War II veteran who just thick and through thin, just stuck with it. The guy nearly died, but he stayed in the military almost his entire life, just in it for the long haul. During his time with the 343rd Bombardment Squadron, 98th Bomb Group, 47th Bombardment Wing, 15th Air Force, which they were massively involved with the Ploiesti raids in World War II from 1943 on to the early 1945 time period. And he was actually deeply involved from January of 1944 through D-Day, which was June 6th of 1944. The only reason why his service kind of stopped on D-Day is because he actually got injured by ack-ack fire going towards a run to bomb Ploiesti again. and he nearly bled out with that, but boy, he was a tough SOB because he survived it, he fought through it, and then once he recovered, actually during his recovery, you want to talk about how amazing this guy was. He trained to be a flight engineer for the B-29 bombers, which very soon after served in the Korean War and helped end World War II as well. So just an amazing guy, and he ended his career as a flight instructor for the B-29s as well. So yeah, again, just really, really important build to me. It's dear to my heart, and I'm going to do my absolute best work. I'm not going to be rushing this in any way. I'm going to be looking at every detail. And speaking of every detail, there are no decals for my great-great-uncle Walter's plane that he flew in. It was known as the Jolly Roger / Dopey, and it had crashed on April of 1944. So he had flown on it a few times before it had wrecked. And that is the only plane I was able to find that he specifically was on as a gunner at one point. So I actually have to recreate all of the nose art, which I've already got Dopey drawn out and recreated. I still have the markings, and I also have the Jolly Roger banner flag that I have to draw out. But overall, it's going to be a really cool build. William Mann is actually going to do those decals for me. And if you guys haven't seen his work, look him up. He has a YouTube channel. He's doing some amazing things right now. He now owns his own company. It's called Cutting Edge Electronic Controls. The best out there, I will tell you, just the absolute amazing and the best. He also does work for Big Easy Modeling Solutions. They're very close and tight-knit with each other. Those guys, Paul Jasmine, Michael Cawthorn, very, very, very cool people, amazing. I've seen them just explode from the time that I've known them into just these extraordinary people. So definitely check them out as well. A must, an absolute must for all of you model builders out there. They are really growing rapidly in providing all kinds of cool things for models. I'm sure that all of you are kind of wondering what the shop looks like. So why don't we go ahead and cut from here and take a peek in the new shop. All right. So here is my marking for my territory. You got the Enterprise E, which this was a gift from me by William Mann. This is such a cool piece. And of course from Captain Foley. You might know him from Trek Yards. It's the main host. He's a good and dear friend of mine. I have known him for quite a while. I've actually seen this whole thing with Trek Yards grow from before it even started. So he had given me the refit sign here, since I am absolutely in love with the refit. And William Mann also sent me this awesome TOS picture here of the Enterprise. Just absolutely cool. So let's go ahead and take a peek at the shop here. I've turned everything on so it might seem a little bit noisy, just so that everybody can kind of see what everything looks like. Here's the HEPA air purifier, which I use to keep all the dust particles at bay, and also keeps fumes to an all-time minimum when I'm spraying with enamels and such. And then over here to the right, we are looking at the electronics station here, where I will do all of the LED soldering and installs of electronics boards from Cutting Edge Electronics Controls. And then over here is a dedicated prep and assembly station for model building. And of course up top here I have current clients Into Darkness Enterprise, which I am doing a repair on. You might notice one of the nacelles is missing. Right before I was ready to do detail painting, I did a electronic test on it, as I like to do my testing throughout the builds to make sure that they are 100% ready to go before sending them to my clients. The motor had actually died on it. Here's a close-up of the deflector dish here. That is really, really cool. I have a little trick that I do so that way you don't have to leave it clear, but yet you get that same effect. So you can take a look and see for yourself that I do not leave it clear. So really, really cool way that I do it. You might notice on the page art for that, or the channel art. Now down here, you'll see that I got some parts going that I was hand painting, and they are for my current BMW build for a client. And I'll have that ready to go probably tomorrow evening. The electronic lighting effects are coming in today, well, later this afternoon. And those are also by Cutting Edge Electronic Controls by William Mann. And of course, here we are. I recently just did the final clear coat on the BMW 325i. So I still have some detail painting I got to do on there, like the bumpers and all that stuff. There's still more details that got to go with it. But yeah, so this is the spray booth, by the way, and I had actually built this out of a Harbor Freight workbench. So what you're looking at here is actually just one of these converted. So, but it's really cool. The top of it produces 936 CFM of intake, and I have a blower inside the cabinet that produces 190 CFM, and it's a high efficiency blower. So you can see just how efficient it is because of how tight the exhaust line is here. And that is actually going into this filter, which is a two-stage carbon filter, and it works exactly like an OSHA regulated mask. So on the inside it's got that kind of cottony looking filter which gets all the larger particles, where the carbon removes all of the fumes and all the harmful things that might enter the room. Now, with that said, when you're working with enamels, there's still the fumes that kind of escape because they're a lot lighter than the particles that the spray booth will be able to suck in. So that is where this comes in handy. It's on low right now, but I will turn it on high, and that will actually take care of that issue. So it might get slightly fumey in here, but nothing that is going to really require a respirator. So, especially since I do a little bit here and a little bit there and keep it controlled. Now, if I have to do heavy stuff like constant spraying with enamel, then yes, I'll have to wear a respirator. But other than that, no. Anyways, I'm rambling. So here are my favorite airbrushes. I have my Harder and Steenbeck CR Plus Infinity, and I have my Posh Talon, which I have converted it into a wide angle sprayer, so it's designed to spray for large areas. And that's actually what I use to spray all the light gray on the Enterprise. So it works fantastic, highly efficient. I absolutely love them. And then you might notice that there are two of the water traps or moisture traps, and that way I know that 100% of the air is going to be dry when I'm spraying. So you can see just how clean it all sprays and comes out. So no water or any problems with spatter. It just comes out perfectly clean. And I found a sweet spot for Tamiya paints for anybody wondering about those. And you don't have to thin them. You just run it at about 25 psi on the setting, but it'll drop down to about 20 to 18 psi when you're spraying. So that's the sweet point for those Tamiya paints, the flat acrylic paints, that is. So this is my 0.0, that's the brand, dual piston, 1 gallon air compressor, and this thing is amazing. It provides smooth air at all times, just does its job, never overheats, and I've had it for a good year now, no problems, and it's ready to work really hard too. So, and then for any overflow or stuff I just don't have room for in the shop, I have in my closet, which I am still unpacking and organizing and all that stuff. So many small things. Like I'm going to have all kinds of little small parts in here and tools and things of that nature, and other stuff that needs to be organized in this bin. You'll look over here, this is my electronic stuff on this side, so I have all kinds of LEDs and resistors and all kinds of stuff there. Some extra boards and things of that nature, plugs and yada 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 yada. And then down in this box down here is my 1350 kits that I have packed away. And this is all the rest of my kits in this box here. And then we'll take a look inside this part. Let's move this out of the way. And we have more kits in here. So I have a lot more organizing I gotta do, but overall the shop is ready to go, so I'm very happy with everything. But that is pretty much it, and if anybody has a model they need built, please contact me. I'm more than happy to do it for you. I have the time to do it now, so by all means, let's go ahead and get something set up, and I'll give you a quote for what needs to be done, and I'll get it taken care of for you. Look forward to everybody subscribing, so please make sure to subscribe and keep in touch. I better get going. I got work to do. Talk to you later. Bye.